Saints versus the Jaguars in a Monday Night Football preview here at Chat Sports. Mitchell Renz ready to walk you through who is going to win this Week 2 preseason game, and I'm going to tell you whether to bet the over and the under and whether or not the Saints are going to cover. So if you're a Saints fan, and if you plan on watching this game, I want you to go ahead and like the video right now. If you are watching this and it's the middle of August, you're like, man, it's a preseason game. I don't care when it is. If there's football on, if you're an actual fan of your team, you're going to go ahead and watch it, and especially if the game's on Monday Night Football. So what we have here is actually a very intriguing game because you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to come try to march on into the Caesars Superdome up against the New Orleans Saints. Both teams lost their very first preseason game, so what I'm going to ask you guys right now is to look into that crystal ball, and I want you to try to predict the score of this one. The New Orleans Saints at home up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now you're going to see a lot of Jameis Winston Taysom Hill. Maybe we could just combine them into one quarterback, then you wouldn't have two. And you're also going to see some Trevor Lawrence as well. In terms of who is going to win this game, give me the Saints. I got the Saints winning this one 20-17. I don't know how much anticipation or how much points are going to be put up early by the Jags, but if Trevor Lawrence comes out of that game, from all the other quarterbacks I saw, it's not going to be very good. So when you look at the odds in this one, it's actually one of the highest over-unders out of all the games. And the biggest reason, quarterback battle in New Orleans between Hill and Winston. Also, I thought Ian Book was, halfway decent. And then for the Jags, you got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is still trying to be able to compete and show people that he was the number one overall pick for a reason. So overall, when you see 4-point favorites, the over-under at 38.5, I do have the Saints winning. So if you plan on betting on this one, bet on the Saints to win, but I don't have them covering the -4. So some of y'all are probably like, I don't really care about that. But for you, if you like to go out and bet, it is a very, very important thing to keep in mind. The reason why I have the Saints winning this one, QB battles, and they have better quarterback play than Jacksonville does, and I'm just trying to be honest with y'all right now. Taysom Hill, is he a quarterback? I don't know. Is he a tight end? Maybe. He's an athlete, and that is exciting to watch in the preseason. Another reason to smash that like button. So completion and attempts last week against Baltimore. 81 yards, 1 interception. Needs to be a little bit more careful with the football. What about famous Jameis, right? 7 of 12, 96 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. What did you see for him last week? There was at times you're like, wow, that arm talent is there. Wow, he's a great quarterback. And then there's other times you're like, well, yep, that looked like Jameis to me. It's some poor decisions. But I am more confident that those two guys are going to be able to play better than whatever the heck the Jags decide to throw out there. C.J. Beathard actually had himself a pretty good game. 13-16, 102 yards, a touchdown last week against the Browns. Trevor Lawrence, 6 of 9. Kind of nice. 71 yards, Light 8 of 13, 53 yards and a tutty. And then Gardner Minshew, 4 of 8, 47 yards and 1 interception. So now we're going to be looking at the over-under in this one, which is 38.5 points. In a regular NFL regular season game, that's probably the lowest scoring game of the week. Though this week in a preseason game, it's going to be one of the highest. Even though I am anticipating this being one of the higher scoring preseason games, give me the under, and I'm just going to barely take the under because of ugly football and middle of preseason action. And it's also really hard to see overs during the preseason. I think there was like 2 games last week that ended up going with the over. So in the first Saints game, they dropped it to the Baltimore Ravens 17-14. And then you got the Jags on Monday Night Football. And then a quick turnaround, finish up the preseason against the Cardinals.